Hello, this is Brian Ryo with assignment number 8 for the physics class. Assignment number 8 was to create a simple demo for the game Sugar Sugar. So what I basically have in this game is I have a factory, in this case I'll just call it an emitter, that every second using our timer entity, I have this class called a particle stream. I give it a position in space and the angle which I want to shoot out little balls. And I give it a color. So in this case, this birdseed factory timer will shoot out bird seeds that start off color red in this case. And it will just casually shoot. It will recall the trail. In this case, recalling the trail will be any ball that has exited the screen will be recalled. All the ones that have not exited the screen will stay on the screen. And on create, I will create a new ball right here, drop it down. And again, in the next 0.02 seconds, a new ball will be created. Going into what a birdseed is, it is a standard dynamic body, but with the big caveat being that its filter for the category bits is that it is category 2. All objects in Box 2D are default category 1. So by setting it to category 2, I can do a few special things, and that is this block. So this block is what I call a pass-through block. It's basically the same as every other block, except that I have explicitly called its mask bit to cover every instance of categories except for the default category. So since I haven't done any of the categories for all of my birds, this block will allow almost everything I've created thus far that are all category 1s by default to pass right through it. So what ends up occurring is that since I check for everything above category 1 and my ball is category 2, they are able to mark a collision. So when they mark a collision, I'll briefly do this in slow motion. When a collision is hit, boom, it turns yellow. So as you can see right there, I'll just have that fall down. And again, in the bottom of the screen, you can see we have a reserve and we have recycling. But as you saw, when a ball touches this block, it transforms into a yellow seed. Going back into our bird seed, I can show how that happens. So when it is created, what we do is we set our position and our angle. We set the transform of our body to be that new position up here, which is wherever the emitter is. We set it to active and we give it a gentle little push to start it falling in the right direction. And we set its color to whatever color our emitter is. So in this case, our emitter is red, touches, becomes yellow. The touch is right here on the collide. We get our filter data on the collision. We set our category bit back to 1 so that way it will fall through the block. We give it a linear velocity, so whatever it did to touch this block, we just have it completely continue and go through the block, and we change the color. Again, so doing the switch for the category bit allows it to fall through the block, and all we do is we take the previous linear velocity and we just have it pass on right through. And that is how we have it basically appear as if it just falls straight through the block, but we count the collision, do the changes. Our managed scene exit, so when we recall for the exit, we set the active to false. We get rid of all of our forces being applied to the object. We have our filter go back to its default. And the last thing we do is change our color back to the default white, but then it gets transformed back to red when it's created. Okay, so that covers birdseed. What I've also done for this game was to do point and click, creating basically lines, but instead of lines, I just made wood blocks. So right here, I've started the click and I've ended the click right there. And as you can see, I'm hitting the bird. Right here, you can see that an AB entity, which is this bird seed, has made contact with the yellow bird. I've not overloaded the function, but the idea is that a gameplay programmer would be able to say, oh, here's the collision when 100 feeding has been dealt with the bird, will kill off the bird. The other thing that I've also done for this right now is that I can destroy this body right here like that. Not important, but I was able to add that feature, which I might add to my level for Angry Birds. Uh, Apart from that, what I am also able to do is I can register the collision right here. Boom, as you see, I can have the AB entities. Again, they're not overloaded, but a gameplay programmer under this case would say, okay, if the bird has been fed for 100 times, terminate the bird, remove it from the scene. Uh, Again, as you can see, I can just delete those. My factories are running just fine. I can create lines, as you can see right here, and I can destroy them if I want. Uh, that was basically a simple demonstration for Sugar Sugar. Uh, I think showing off the creating lines and destroying them for a little bit of flavor was good, and I might add that for my final. I might also add a few. I might also add like a water stream, adding multiple dots like this, and then clicking my bird and trying to, go through a stream, destroying the pigs over here. But again, that's done for later. Uh, in terms of what I've changed for this week, for the final deliverable or the final thing, was to create this portable emitter that I could just add anywhere. Uh, Adding these new pass-through blocks, which again are very helpful, and the ability to create and destroy blocks at ease. So start here, drop, boom. Uh, I've been caught between engine and this class, so that's what I have for this week. I don't really have something big to show off for my final for this. But I have shown that I have a few ideas. I have a general purpose emitter that I can create and take wherever I want, and showing that I'm using timers, emitters, uh, mouse inputs and cues, and everything else. Other than that, thank you very much. Goodbye.